What you doing over there? Nice to meet you. The name? That doesn't matter right now. The important part is that you get yourself safe. It's dangerous here and... Whoa! Fancy yourself a hero, do you? I like that. Now we gotta figure out what we're doing here. Look, I'm not gonna tell you to get out of the way, but just be careful with this one. We're wrangling someone today that's a little bit more dangerous than the rest of them. So make sure you buckle up and don't get hurt now. Though if you do, I'll give you a fat taxi right out of here. No, it's fancy talk for you getting out of here with my fat. It's pretty useful, you know. I've saved more than 100 people with this. Actually, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Don't get too cocky now. Okay. Oh, so that's your quirk. I see, we might be able to team up a little bit, you and I. All right. The way I see it is you just place them into me, and I'll restrain each and every one of them. Sounds like a plan? You see, my quirk is, all this fat here absorbs things. If you knock them into me, well, don't be surprised if they get stuck. Let me correct that. When they get stuck. We're gonna show them who's boss, aren't we? Let's make sure to make this a good show. You and I. Never thought I'd get a partner right here. Guess I'll have to catch up with Sun Eater later. He's probably off eating something too. I can barely eat enough to catch up. Look out. Looks like they're coming around the corner. I might need your help. You think you can get him? Yeah. Might as well make it something fun. Go ahead. I'll be waiting. Just bop him right into... Oh! That was pretty quick. Well, color me impressed. You did some good work right there. They ain't gonna be escaping too soon. That's for sure. Remember the part where I said names don't matter? Well, I changed my mind about that. The name's Tashiro, but most people call me Fatgum. At least when I'm working out in the field like this. Though you might be something different. You sure you're not a pro hero I haven't heard of? Whoa, we got ourselves a promising trainee. Didn't expect you to be that, let alone passing that entrance exam. You did yourself some good getting in with our company. I promise I'll show you the ropes. It is if you even need the help. You got him, Tiger. So what should I call you? I like that name. Oh, you're quite fast at talking. I didn't even get the words finished before you started. You a mind reader or something? Well, now that I know all this, I just need to take you out for a fun day. After work, we all usually hang out, but nobody else is coming tonight. You want to hang out with me? Trust me, I don't mind. I just thought it'd be an offer you'd like. Oh, it's a shame the others can't be there, but I heard it's because of a birthday party going on. Would've went myself, but then there's nobody to work today. Well, nobody but you. You probably would have had him by yourself. Credit where credit is due. Whoo, yeah! You made a believer out of me. Oh, sorry if I seem a bit excited about all this. We don't usually get new folks like this, especially not capable ones. You remind me I'm a Jiki quite a lot. Sun Eater. I don't like to mention people's real name on the field. Feel like it's a breach of privacy, you know? Well, I'm not the most delicate fella, but I like to at least be conscious of people's feelings. I like to make sure that everybody, no matter how close I am to them, has comfort about them, you know? Oh, pardon my eating habits. Oh, sorry about that. I didn't know things were like that. You seem like the opposite of me. Someone who's afraid to eat something, but I'm afraid not to. It's kind of my power. If I don't do it, then I'm not too keen on my chances. But I believe everybody has a point. Everybody needs to speak their mind and have their own thing. I think it's inclusiveness that brings us all together. Sorry, that's a bit of my own civilian mentality coming out there. As a hero, I love to protect people, and These fellas I dealt with today, well, I should say we dealt with today, they were causing a ruckus more than normal. And I don't want to make some baseless accusations or something, but I'd say something's going on. That's what my gut tells me. My gut tells me all the good things in life. But something tells me you're not too keen on eating all the time. That's fine, staying healthy is... No, it's more something like that. Self-image issues, isn't it? Well, I know a thing or two about eating, but it's also not the best thing to not eat. Make sure you're getting a balance there, kid. It'd be a shame to see someone I just met suffering. And if I can help you, maybe I can tell you how it's not too bad, but something tells me it's not that easy. But I figure today we could at least have a celebration. You'd eat with me, wouldn't you? Even if it's something small. I thought it might be good to get you some meat on your bones, but then again, something tells me you don't see it that way. And I'm sorry if this comes off as disrespectful. I know that sometimes you eat too much or too little. Your self-view of yourself always changes, and I might be a bit overweight sometimes, but it's my quirk. It's something I need to do. But it's not something I really mind too much. More than anything, I just want you to be comfortable. I don't want you to hurt yourself, either too much or too little. You gotta keep things balanced. I know it doesn't mean too much coming from a man who's as big as a hot air balloon. But here's hoping I could do something good for you. Make things a little better for you, and overall just be a decent fella. Oh, sorry. Came from Osaka, so I got a bit of an accent, but I hope it's not too hard to distinguish. So what got you fancying yourself a hero? I've always wanted to figure it out for each person. It's kind of fun for me. Oh, I see. You're one of those types, aren't you? Ones who sees the world and wants to see a better place than they see right now. Lucky for you, I could feel the same way. It's not that easy, though. And I don't mean that in a negative way, but we got our work cut out for us. Maybe a little less thanks to you. I'm gonna guess not many villains can give you too much of a hard time. You just gotta watch out for the people who are real dangerous. There's a few of them. I know we shouldn't be talking about that before dinner. It's just it came to mind to me. I just don't want you getting hurt. I have this pride about me. I want to be real approachable. I don't want people to think that I'm all kinds of fake or someone who just cares sometimes. I want it to be someone who cares all the time. And I want it to be someone you can rely on, you know? Not someone you think is gonna backstab you or leave you down. Trust me when I say I'm not the type of person to do that. In fact, it's something I'd hate more than anything. And you got a nice smile. I'd like for you to keep it. I hope that doesn't come across the wrong way, but I was just trying to compliment you. You said before you don't like how you look necessarily, so I thought it might help your self-esteem. I know I'm not the biggest looker or anything, but I'm a bundle of hugs, and I'm willing to make sure you always got someone to hug. Oh, this is coming out as a jumbled mess, but you know what? Better out than in. That's what I always say. Now, just 'cause I'm big and round doesn't mean I'm an ogre. Trust me. I might like that movie just a bit, but that's not why I said it that way. Definitely not talking about that. I mean feelings. You bottom them up, they just end up giving you a tummy ache. And that's definitely not good. Once you get one of those, how are you gonna eat if you need to eat for your quirk? Definitely something that would adversely affect me. But I don't mind that, because I don't have too many problems with that. I keep my heart at ease, and it keeps everything else at ease, you know? You gotta balance things by the heart, and the body will follow. Happy people tend to take better care of themselves, you know? And I think you could be as happy as can be. Might just take you some time. I know heroism has its fair share of ups and downs. Maybe you lost someone. Maybe you got sad because of something that happened. Maybe you felt powerless. You know, there's a lot of different ones. But have you ever seen the face of someone you saved? Someone you made their life a little better? It's such a good feeling. I live for that feeling. let me tell you. And I take heroism seriously. Probably more serious than anyone else. Or at least as serious as everyone else. When it comes to saving people, I used to be a little bit less powerful. I used to be a little less good at my quirk. But now that I got it down like this, I don't plan to let things go back to being bad. Never ever. Well, not like I can change the whole world or anything. By the way, you look a little tired. You alright? No, I see. So it's something like that, is it? Well, you can trust me. I'll get us there in a jiffy. Trust me, this fat man can run quite fast. Now you just get up here on my shoulders and we'll be off. It's like a giant piggyback ride. Hang on tight now, we wouldn't want you to get hurt or anything. Well, that's a strange thing to ask someone you just met today. What I think about you? Well, don't tell me. You were a fan of me or something. Damn. I'm good at guessing, I guess. That's not too shabby. I'm glad you're a fan of me, honored, honestly. I'll try and live up to those expectations, though, I'll make sure you don't expect me not to eat or something. You know, talking to you, it's probably the longest time I went without eating. Which is saying something. Guess you fed my heart. Nothing like a good snack. Well, I guess if we're talking about snacks, you're more than a snack for my heart. It's nice to meet someone with a similar view on things. Also someone who works their butt off in the field. Someone who takes it as serious, too. You know, getting to meet you has been the highlight of my day. I didn't expect to meet anybody like you. Especially someone as talented as our Sun Eater. That doesn't come around every day. I hope, I'm not too strange or hard to get along with. I'd like to think I'm a pretty charismatic person. Now, if that's a good thing or a bad thing, that's up to you. It all depends on how you look at it. If you want to view me as this or that, you can. I'm just trying to help you have a better day and make you feel welcome and at home. We're kind of like a family at this agency. As for how much of a family, that depends on how much you like to eat. Not a loaded question, just asking. If you don't want to eat something, maybe you'll like the drinks at this place. They got the best ones around, if you ask me. I'd have to say my favorite are the smoothies here. Nice and fruity and delicious, creamy, kind of like a milkshake. I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. Now, I know you might have reservations about this, but I promise you I won't force you to do anything you don't want to do. I just figured you'd like some company. Maybe it'd make eating more fun. Or at least drinking a smoothie here or there. Gotta keep those nutrients in the body or you can't be as good of a hero as you could be. I'm one of the personal advocates of that one. If you don't take care of yourself, you can't be responsible for your job. Can't take it serious and then you'll get in trouble. And trust me, the last thing we want is someone getting hurt in our agency. Last time it happened, nobody forgot. Real talk for just a second. If you're gonna stay here and have some fun with us, make sure you keep that in mind. We're like a family here. And it's not good to mess with family, you know? So, if you got ulterior motives and you're not in it for the justice, you're in it for the family. You hear me? I'm not trying to intimidate you or something. It's not like that. No, not at all. What I want more than anything is for you to feel welcome like a family. A lot of us here don't have much for family, and that's how it ended up. I think it's ironic. That's a lot of what made us so close together. We don't have too much else outside, so we end up putting everything into this. So if you're like that too, well, welcome to the family. Might be a little dysfunctional here and there, but I promise you're so welcome. And I, for one, am very glad to have you by my side. Well, that might be a little personal of me, but still, I'd like to say the warmest welcome I know how. Little known fact about me, I only eat next to people I'm real comfortable in. Well, outside of work, that is. But inside of work, sometimes you just gotta snack, you know. Well, the way I see things, we're gonna get along just fine, you and I. We may have our differences, sure, but that sure as hell doesn't mean we can't get along. And despite how I may seem sometimes, I promise I'm not a bad guy. Sometimes people misunderstand me because I'm big and scary looking, maybe a bit hard to understand at times, but I promise you, everything I do is by my heart. I follow that. That's why when I saw you, I wanted to save you at first. I thought maybe you were someone like a civilian, because, well, not that I'm proud of it, you just look like someone who might need some protection. I don't know what I mean by that. I'm not used to someone fighting while they're beautiful, so I'll tell you one thing, you caught me by surprise. I didn't expect it, but it's a pleasant surprise. You're something else, and I guess I got a little carried away here saying all this. But the point is, we're here at the place to get some food, so might as well enjoy ourselves. Don't you worry, it's my treat. I'd never make you pay if I'm taking you out somewhere. Well, I mean, unless you want to pay. It's not like I'm opposed to everyone paying if they want to. It's whatever makes your day. I just want today to be special for you. And I may have said too much about my feelings, but in general, know that there's a spark in you that I want to see. I want to see where it goes. And you inspired me a lot today. Even if it was just something simple. Knowing I got you at the agency too makes me want to try my best even more. The reason for all that is pretty simple. Well, I guess I might have been a little charmed by you from the very start. It just has to do with that personality of yours. You really know how to make a man feel like he's doing something right. And before you say it, I'm not talking about that romance stuff necessarily. I'm just saying you're beautiful and you treated me right, so what I'm trying to say is I couldn't have done it without you. Would have been a lot harder to wrangle up all those baddies. Especially when you consider some of them were pretty quick little critters. But all in all, I'm just happy to have you by my side. Well, it's nice to meet you is what I'm trying to say. You know, it's funny, I'm normally very charismatic and it's easy for me to talk to a stranger, but with you, because of how beautiful you are, that darn looks of yours getting in the way of my cool demeanor. Well, sometimes I eat when I'm nervous. It's a little known fact. And you make me nervous for better or worse. And I'm just happy to have your company, but it's still a work in progress about keeping these nerves calm. Now, here's hoping I don't sound like a complete stranger or someone with a closed mind, because that's the opposite of what I want to be. I'm trying every day, every single day, to be a better man. Somehow I have you to thank for extra inspiration there. I don't normally do this kind of thing, and I've never really been into the dating scene, but would you at least like to be friends? I was thinking maybe, if things work out, we could be more than friends. Well, then again, I don't really understand the first thing about it. It's kind of a strange thing to me. The whole concept of it. Going out. Trying to find someone you love. Shouldn't it be a little more simple than that? Besides, how do you know if you like them before you even know if you love them? I want to take things slow in my life. I want to really get to know the person I want to spend it with. Even if that means making a few mistakes along the way. Truth be told, I'm not afraid to make mistakes. Not even a little bit. In fact, mistakes define who we are, don't they? So might as well make as many as I can. Make mistakes every day if I have to. At least then I might learn something. Like how not to make the mistake in a conversation next time. So if I'm making a mistake right now, then so be it. But I'd like to ask if you'd like to make this a date today. Or at least a friendship date. I'm not really sure what the difference is, because I'm no expert in splitting hairs on things, but I just know I find you beautiful and your personality matches just as much. And it excites me. It makes me feel happy. Like I've got someone to talk to for once. And that's not to say I don't normally talk to people, it's just... it's different with you. You make me feel more alive than most. And it's as sure a sign as any, at least that I've ever known, as someone means special to you. And, well, I want you to be special. Well, I think I might be a gentleman sometimes. I'm not gonna beat around the bush about it. I'm not the best with smooth moves and all that. I'll say it how it is. And I might have some charisma here or there, but it's not the same all the time. I can't promise I'll be cool every day, but that's what a date's for, right? You see if you can stomach the person for a half hour or something, and then you move on. Or you stick together, better yet. Well, you know, that would definitely be my choice. Not because of any other reason than I really like your company. I hope it doesn't come out the wrong way, but you are so fun to be around, I don't even know what to say. And that's something rare for me. I'm usually talking non-stop, so it's a bit of a strange feeling for me. Good strange, very good strange, but also strange nonetheless. And I'm rambling again. Must be that beauty of yours stealing my heart again. Though if it's unwanted advances, don't you worry, we could be friends. I'd be happy with that too. I just would be extra happy with being more than that. So what do you think of the city so far? You said you came from out of it, right? That puts you at an interesting perspective. Not a lot of people come from outside of the city these days. What inspired you? Ah, I see. So it was one of those cases. Right place at the right time, huh? Well, I'm glad to hear you made it here all right. And I'm glad that it's treated you decently so far, even if life has been a little tough sometimes. That means a lot to me. Someone who knows how it is. What it feels like to have your life crumble before you. I'm not saying I had any sob stories or anything. It's more like to say I didn't know what I was gonna do with myself. I knew what I wanted, but I didn't know how to get there. Looks like you were one step ahead of me when I started out on this crazy adventure. I never thought I'd get this far. It's exciting now that I'm here. And that's just the start, the tip of the iceberg. I've always wondered where I'd get to. What I could do when I really put my heart in it. And maybe it sounds like I'm all fun and games, but I take heroism dead serious. As I know everybody at our agency does. It's impressive. Even if people gotta get their mental game on point. I think the first thing that has to do with is getting yourself in a right state of mind. Solving your own things, being your own hero. That's not always the easiest thing to do, I know. Took me the better part of my life to do that. To figure everything out. Hell, I still haven't figured it all out. In fact, I think I'm still trying to understand what everything means. All the little underlined things and little intricacies of living in this city. Doing what I can to protect it. And don't worry, you ever get in with the bad things, I'll be right there to be your human shield. Don't worry, I don't get any damage or anything, so you don't have anything to worry about, and hopefully I can do a good job of stepping in front of all those bad things. I know, life isn't always the one that gives you the lemons. It's not all sunshine and rainbows either. I think that you're a good mix of both. You got the lemon and the sunshine. You know what? You kinda remind me of a gummy bear. In a strange way, you seem so sweet, but also just a bit delicate, chewy, and delicious. Well, that kinda came out wrong. Especially since I don't know what you taste like or anything. And you're not edible, so... Probably not the best nickname, but it's all I got for now, so I'll call you it. You can be my gummy bear. Well, that is if you want me to call you that. If you don't, and you got a better nickname, you can go ahead and say it. I like to come up with nicknames for everyone because it has that extra Fatgum flair. Well, I'm glad you like it more than that. It's a little bit better than calling you that person over there, huh? Don't you worry. I'd never be so disrespectful. Well, I thought you'd ask earlier than that. The accent's 'cause I'm from Osaka. Just in case it wasn't painfully obvious to you. It's alright. I just hope I don't confuse you with the way I speak. That's not too hard to grasp. I certainly hope so. It's nice to be understood. I've tried to tone it down a bit, and make sure that I always have my own distinct way of speaking. Seems to make people smile, so I do it more often. Makes sense, doesn't it? As heroes, it's not just about saving the day. It's about making people smile along the way, putting their hearts at ease and making them feel safe, even when there's supervillains out there. It certainly makes me feel better about what we're doing. If I get to have somebody to enjoy it with, that's just even better. Whether it's friendship, love, I don't really care. As long as we can enjoy each other's company, maybe be a little bit friendly, that's all I'm ever asking for. Trust me, I won't overstep boundaries if you don't like being around me. I'd never do that. Goes against everything I believe in. I think about the best case situation would be we just end up having some fun here. You end up eating something nice, if you do want to, or getting something nice to drink. Hopefully I'm not overstepping my boundaries, but we could get it to go if you want. You could come over and, well, maybe that's too much for a first, whatever you want to call it. I don't want to call it a date, because I'm not sure that's what would be the definition, if you will. Well, whatever you want to call it. Oh, is that how it is? So you do got something for me. You're a fan of mine. Well, there aren't too many fans of me because I'm not aesthetically pleasing, but if you're a fan of me, that means a lot to me. I'll try and make the most of it, definitely. I'll try and make sure, no matter what it is, you got someone to cuddle with or some snacks to have. I really like the food here, as you can no doubt tell by how much I'm eating. Oh, it's kind of strange. It might be the first time in a long time. I might have more of an appetite for talking, for getting to know you than I do the food. It's not often you meet someone you have that much in common with. So why were you a fan of me before? Oh, I see. So you were also from out there. Well, not exactly the same place, but you were around the area. That makes things interesting. You don't have the accent quite like me, but that's definitely something that's eye-opening. I'm really happy. Just happy in general, and that we get to spend any time together. A lot of people just think I'm a pig that eats all day for no reason. But really, I got my mind in the game. I just don't want to make it all that. I don't want my life to be only heroism. I want it to be more. I always did want to have someone to care about me, who I could spoil a bit. And maybe this comes out as uncool or lonely, but you've seemed like someone from the start who could do something that others couldn't. You made me feel at home, even here. A place pretty far from home for me. Well, as far as across the street could be. I need a place to eat and catch some food 24/7, and if you didn't guess, this place is open all day and all night. It's one of the best places for eating. Even if it's open all that time, they keep the quality just perfect. And well, if you'd like, we can go back to my place and hang out for a bit. I'm not exactly sure what I mean by that. I feel like I want to talk to you more. Maybe a bit more than that. No, what am I saying? I swear sometimes my voice just comes out before my thoughts get a chance to process, so Well, I mean, if you're inviting me, how did you even get up here? You're climbing up me like I'm a jungle gym. Not that I mind. You know what? I got no complaints with this. But I'm gonna have to say, we should take things slow and not get down the wrong path. I know sometimes I rush into things. I think about them a lot, but right now, with thinking about you, I don't trust myself. What if we go too far and I hurt you? What if we end up in a situation where you regret what happened? You did have a drink. Well, not that kind of drink, but still. Look, all I'm saying is this is a big decision you're making without thinking about it. I understand no amount of information can change things sometimes, but I don't want you to have to go into this making a mistake if you're gonna regret this later. I'm a man of my word, and I would never mistreat you. But that doesn't mean that I'm the right match for you. I want you to make the choice that your heart believes. I don't want to force you into anything or have you feel pressured to. If you want to come back to my place and we just talk the rest of the night, that is A-okay with me because I care about you. I don't just want you for one reason or another. It's a whole bunch of reasons that make me want your time. I may seem like a weirdo sometimes, but I promise I'm not trying to be. I'm trying to be the best I can. Trying to be a man you can see something in. See something good, hopefully. I honestly hope that I don't seem to be one of those people who just goes on something for no reason. They just want that carnal aspects of things, and that's not me. So if that's what you're going for, that's not what you're gonna get. So I'm warning you. If you actually have something for me, you actually have some feelings, or you want to see if that's what you feel, are you sure this is the right choice? I don't mind being patient. It's just, I don't want you to feel like you have to. I'm not like guys like that. Maybe I'm old-fashioned that way, but I can't see you as just some kind of excuse for something. It doesn't matter how much I want to. Kiss you back, hold you in my arms, eat food with you. It doesn't change any of that. But it does make me a whole lot more aware of it. I don't want to make a mistake. Ruin the one chance I might get of someone who's a fan of me, who also wants to get to know me in that way. Now, you could take this as me being overly problematic, or you can take it as me being caring. But, look, the point is, we gotta talk about this. Or maybe talking's cheap. I'm still not sure. Part of me says yes, and the other part of me says no. So I guess it's up to you. Where we stand and all that. You gotta decide, don't you? You already know my feelings. If you want more of my feelings, well, they're all just for you. Like I said, I've never had someone like you in my life, so it's different for me. The feelings hit a whole lot different than what I thought they would, and I guess I fell in love with you at first sight. I wanted to call you my Gummy. I didn't want you to be anyone else's gummy bear, and I guess that came out wrong, so you're free to go if you want. Hope I didn't make things awkward between us, and you gotta be careful. A man like me, if you kiss him, he could get the wrong idea. Now run along. I told you. You only do what your heart tells you to, unless that's what you're saying right now. In which case, of course I'd accept. A little wobbly on things, but still, I don't mind that. If you don't mind. Well, here's my place. I know it's not too much, but I don't really do so well in the city. It's like a little piece of home. Simple, clean, lots of food. And yet the most appetizing thing in the world to me right now is you, my little gummy bear. You know, I never thought I'd be in a situation like this. Would it be too much if I cuddled you a whole bunch? I love you. And I want you to know that. This is serious to me. And if it's not serious to you, you just gotta let me know. 'Cause I put my heart all in. It's like a poker chip. I can't let them all go at once. I gotta put them all in the same place. I guess I'm high stakes with that. I never want to have to date twice if I don't have to. And I think you might be my one. My one excuse for someone that I really, really enjoy. My one excuse for someone that I love so much. Oh, sorry. Did I get a bit distracted? I bet you can taste the snacks on my breath. Or on my kiss. It's really just a question of that. But there's a lot more to it. But I think I like you, and love you at the same time. I hope that it doesn't come across wrong, but even if it does, I gotta do my best in this and make sure that I'm a good example. 'Cause you seem like someone who's been hurt before. Needs someone who's caring, loving, and not just in it for the wrong reasons. And I can promise you, honey, you found the right man then. Because that's not me in the slightest. Not even a little bit. Just a bit hungry for more. But you know how I am. That's me always. Honestly, I'm a bit more hungry for another kiss. If that's all right.